You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Steelers. Got a couple things. We got Cam Heyward answering Ben Roethlisberger's proclamation that maybe it's time for Mike Tomlin to hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. And go somewhere else, maybe even Penn State. I like what Penn State did. I mean, I was critical of them. We had a member stream Friday. Join the channel for exclusive access to that member stream. And I went all out on Penn State, really crushing them for not having a head coach by the time they got to signing day. Well, they got one now, and he's a good one. Matt Campbell, good job. Good job, Penn State. Really good hire. A guy that the NFL has sniffed around a whole lot. Rumor was they were going to sniff around him again with the Giants and the Steelers if that job came open. They won't be doing it now. All right, he's got a job, Penn State. Obvious step up from Iowa State. And that's not me digging at Iowa State. They were solid under Matt Campbell. So we got Cam Heyward on Ben Roethlisberger. We've got ex-Steelers cornerback Steven Nelson. Remember before the season, Mike Tomlin said, this Steelers defense could be one of the all-time greats. Bears 85. Ravens back in the day, right? Oh, my goodness. Remember that defense against the Giants? That defense? Whoa. Legion of Boom. Seattle. Denver. Oh, Cam Newton. Still having nightmares. Cam Newton still flashing the fumble in front of his face that he didn't bother to go chase after. Boy, that memory will chase him around forever. Well, Steven Nelson's calling out the defensive coordinator, and he's under fire just like Mike Tomlin is. I can tell you right now. So, let's get to Cam Heyward. We know what Ben Roethlisberger said. So he addressed this to the media, a simplistic answer to the question about whether or not he agrees with Roethlisberger. Number one, do we believe that Cam Heyward is going to openly crush Tomlin during the season after having... I don't think so. All right, I don't think so. Now, after the season's over, I don't know. And I've got this strange feeling Cam Heyward may just retire anyway. But I didn't see it going down like that. Quote, I don't worry about anybody who's not in the locker room. Heyward stated simply, it's not a diss at them. I think we just got to worry about the guys in here and focus at the job at hand. There's a lot of football to be played, not running from that, our job. We got to answer for it and keep moving. They have a big game. All right. By the way, Lamar Jackson's going to play. So he was limited in practice, I saw, but he's going to play. Yeah. The scheme is ass. Okay. All right. Translation. Defensive scheme's not good, folks. It's not good. The scheme is ass. Woo. The Steelers are a franchise that's usually defined by their defense. They got this super highest paid defense, massively paid defense, and it is not showing up. They expected the unit to be elite once again when the season started. However, that couldn't be further from the truth. The Steelers' defense has been terrible. While it had some nice moments, it struggled with consistency. That's led to currently being ranked 28th in the league. Yikes. Former Steelers corner Steven Nelson pointed out that Teryl Austin as the problem. Quote, The defensive scheme is ass. It's good. It's good. Nelson said recently on the TR5NT YouTube channel, go subscribe. Never heard of it? Go subscribe. Quote, the DC needs to get the bleep up out of here. He need to get the F up out of there. Teryl Austin, he was the defensive backs coach when I was there, and I didn't think he was great then. But now he's the DC. It's an opportunistic defense. The scheme, they've been running the same shit every year. There's been no adjustments. Yikes. That's why you see mother effers running through for 200 yards a game on the highest paid defense. They've been running that same scheme even before Teryl Austin got there. People eventually going to catch on. Nelson was only with the Steelers in 2019-2020. Like he mentions, Austin was a senior defensive assistant secondary coach for the Steelers during that time. Therefore, the two of them worked closely. Nelson still came away unimpressed with Austin. His points are valid too. Patrick Queen also brought up the Steelers scheme as a reason for the team's struggles. While not everything is Austin's fault, much of the blame might fall on his shoulders. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Are they just going to make another coordinator move? And then Tomlin escapes for another season? I just feel like it feels more and more like all parties are fed up, including Tomlin. In fact, I think there's a better chance of Tomlin asking out than the Steelers wanting him out, to be honest. Because I'm not sure Steelers ownership has got the testicular fortitude to actually ask Tomlin to step down, step out, see you later. It just doesn't feel like that. I mean, we know the history of their coaching situation. They don't like to hire coaches. Now, before Chuck Noll, the Steelers were as dysfunctional could be, and they ran through coaches like a bunch of other sorry-ass teams in the league. But once they got that hire right, we all know it's been just a few coaches all these years. This is interesting. It is. But part of me just has this massive feeling that Tomlin, even listening to his press conferences, is it just me or does it feel like he doesn't have the same angry, bothered fire behind his press conferences that he once did? There's sort of an aura of indifference coming out now. Something you would never think would come out of your mouth about a Mike Tomlin team. All-time defense. Nah. I mean, look, you got the Bills ran all over this team in Pittsburgh. The whole time I'm watching that game, I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, wow, this is an embarrassment. Tell me what you think. Fire Tomlin was the chant. It's crazy. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.